Hello and welcome everybody. I'm MtgGamingBob. Thanks for stopping by. Starting out in Magic can be a little intimidating for the brand new player, and today I hope to address some of those concerns, give my opinion on where to begin, and show you some of the things you're going to need to even begin to play. So stay tuned. I'd like to start today by giving a little update on my next giveaway. We're making great progress towards getting to the 75 subscriber mark for another giveaway. You must comment on this video in order to be eligible to win the rares and mythics out of the next giveaway at 75 subscribers. So please comment on the video below. I'll leave a link to this video in subsequent videos until we hit the 75 subscribers. Now let's dig into starting out in Magic. Starting out in Magic today is a lot different than when I started back in 1994. There weren't a plethora of products to choose from. You pretty much just found somebody that knew how to play. You probably only chanced across the game to begin with. And they taught you how to play, maybe even gave you some cards. Then you started buying packs at your local store. It's very different today. I do not recommend just randomly buying packs from the store to begin Magic the Gathering. There are many other avenues that you can choose to begin your Magic the Gathering journey. First, you need to ask yourself, why is it that you want to begin in Magic the Gathering? Do you want to start as a player? Do you want to start as a collector? Do you want to start as an investor? This video is aimed mainly at the beginning player, which is where I recommend starting, even if you want to do collecting and investing. I have some of the products here on the table that I highly recommend for the brand new beginning player. I still believe that the best way to learn to play Magic is from another player who already knows how to play and can walk you through how to play the game. Now, some of the products here I have can help begin your journey if you don't have another player that's experienced and already knows the game. I'm going to start with what I think is the best product for this, and that is the Magic the Gathering Welcome Starter Arena Kit. I'm going to leave a link to a video that describes the contents of this and the merits of this package itself. The professor did a great video on this. But my take on this starter kit is at about $10.99 on eBay, which is where I highly recommend that you go look, because all the other sources seem to be selling it around $20-something. I think you're going to find your best bet on eBay. You might be lucky enough that your local game store might give you one of these packages for free. That's how they were intentionally meant to be distributed. However, due to the pandemic, things didn't go according to plan. Inside this kit, you're going to have two complete decks that you can use with somebody else to begin to learn to play Magic the Gathering. Also, it has deck boxes to store the cards in. It has a how-to and tutorial for the first walkthrough. It also has a Magic the Gathering arena code that you can redeem for the cards. Which brings me to my next point. A great resource for learning to play Magic is Magic the Gathering Arena, and walk through the tutorials. Now, Magic the Gathering Arena is different from MTGO, or Magic the Gathering Online. I do not recommend Magic the Gathering Online for the beginning player. The difference between the two is, for Magic the Gathering Arena, you can get started for free. There's a tutorial that you don't have to have another player to play against. Additionally, on MTGO, you have to purchase all the cards that you play with, and you get stuff for free on Arena. So it's a great place to start. However, neither one of those games supplies what I think is the critical piece that's the best part of playing Magic, and that's the face-to-face interaction. That is a piece that is absolutely critical for Magic the Gathering to me. It's a part that I miss the most with the state of the world today, and can't wait for the world to get back to somewhat normal, and I can get back to face-to-face playing games with paper Magic. Additionally, with the digital cards, you can't just break them out and sit down and play with your friends at home, obviously. You don't own a physical copy of anything, and they're not really worth as much as the physical copy of the cards if you become a collector down the road or an investor. So I don't recommend spending money on Magic the Gathering Arena. If Magic the Gathering Online becomes something that you want to get invested in down the road, more power to you. So what do I have on the table besides the beginning kit from the starter arena kit from Magic? I'm going to show you a couple of other things that you should be able to get for free And that's these starter packs here that have the starter decks. Now, these aren't great decks to begin with. They don't have the complete range of cards that the starter deck does. These are much smaller decks. I believe there's only like 20 cards in each, maybe 30. I'm sorry, there's 30 in each. However, you can get these for free. That's where I got mine, from a local game store. These are excellent for just beginning to learn to play. However, they're not very valuable. They don't have a lot of breadth to them, and they're not the best product for you to learn with. They do come with their own little storage decks if your LGS gives them to you. The next thing I want to talk about are some of the ancillary things that you're going to need for starting out in Magic. As I mentioned, the two other products that I brought up earlier, the free cards from your LGS and the starter kit, both come with storage boxes. However, you cannot fit your cards in those boxes if they're sleeved, which I highly recommend no matter what, no matter where, no matter when. If you're playing with Magic cards, I recommend sleeving them up at a minimum in some penny sleeves, is what they call these. I like the perfect fit that I'm showing you here. They're really inexpensive and they save the value of your cards. The second you open your cards and begin to play with them, they will begin to degrade and lose value unless you sleeve them up. So I can't stress enough, if you're beginning and you're just learning how to play, start by sleeving. Rule number one. First thing you should do, open your decks, put your cards in sleeves, always. Never play without sleeves. I have a deck box here that I had a friend print for me on his 3D printer, and I did some custom painting and applied some other effects to it. This deck box can fit cards that are actually double sleeved. This is what's called a commander deck, lots and lots of cards, and it can fit easily cards that are double sleeved with plenty of room. I highly recommend that you get a deck box of some sort. You don't necessarily have to have your friend print you one on a 3D printer. However, you do want to have some form of rigid storage that can help preserve your cards while they're sitting on a shelf or a drawer somewhere. Highly recommend you get good protection for your cards. The next thing you want to have are some counters. This is a 20-sided die, specifically from Magic the Gathering, that can help you keep track of your life totals. I highly recommend that even beginning out, you have some form of counting your life and keeping track of it at the table. Additionally, I recommend getting some form of additional counters. These are 6-sided dice. You can get at any local game store, a whole bunch of them, to help keep track of what are called counters in the game. I don't really want to go over that at the moment, but trust me, you're going to want some form of being able to keep track of numbers while you're playing. And I like 6-sided dice because it's easy to rotate through. When something gets a +1/+1 counter, you can signify that +2 or a minus counter or whatever it is that you need to keep track of, even life totals. These 6-sided dice will work. So I recommend having some 6-sided dice handy. They've always come in useful for me in the 20 years I've been playing, 30 years I've been playing Magic. This is another fairly cheap alternative for long-term storage for your cards. It's just a cardboard box that can hold sleeve cards, and it'll keep them safe from damage for the most part for a relatively inexpensive cardboard box. Hopefully you're ready now to begin your Magic the Gathering journey. I'm going to leave a couple of links down below to other creators' content that you should check out. I highly recommend viewing as many videos as you can stand to get an idea of what Magic the Gathering is. Also, please try the arena tutorials. Those are fantastic for giving you a basic idea of how to play the game. The community is absolutely wonderful. Magic's a very complex and rewarding game. There are so many different aspects. You could spend endless hours studying any facet of Magic the Gathering, whether it's playing in all the intricate rules, the different formats that you might encounter, and I'll cover some of those in a later video. A lot of the different aspects of the game for collectability, the financials. Geez, you can spend every day looking at the finances and tracking how card prices are moving up or down, or which ones you should invest in, sealed products. It goes on and on and on. It is a very deep, rich world. I've also found, in my experience, it's been very positive, and there's lots of great people out there that are helpful, friendly, and even when I don't agree with some of them, we still have a very positive interaction. One last piece that I think every player should have has been sitting in front of me all along, and that's a playmat. This is a neoprene playmat that I got from Ultra Pro. I recommend that you have one of these every single time that you play. It'll help protect your cards from the grime and gunk that might be on any playing surfaces that you encounter. Keep your playmats clean and safe. They're not very expensive, and they help prolong the life of your cards and your card sleeves. So hopefully I've given you at least a good starting point to begin your Magic the Gathering journey. I really would appreciate that if you leave me some comments, questions, engage with me. I have an email address listed below. I have a Facebook page. I have a Twitter account. Please reach out to me and let me know any questions that you have to begin starting Magic the Gathering. I appreciate you stopping by today. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe, hit the like button, and spread the word. Help me grow this channel, and I'm looking forward to having more discussions with all of you out there. I hope you have a wonderful day.